ever been in a relationship that you've invested so much of you into, so much love and time, and you feel like you get to a stage where everything's stagnant, like it's just not where you thought it would be after you invested so many years and so much love, good times, bad times. That's where I'm at. I've been in a relationship with somebody for like, say, 7, 8 years, right? I was eating chips. My face is kind of breaking out. And it's just been a crazy relationship. Like, we definitely love each other, but I feel like I'm on a different level than he is. Like, and the fact it's like we're on this cycle of where, you go back and forth, but it's almost like you're so used to each other. It's like if you stop talking for weeks, it's like, okay, it starts up again. Like, and then you have your loving moment, your time, and then it's like, but nothing changes. So, but I've changed. Like, I'm at a stage now where I don't want to go back and forth. Like, I can't be content with just going with the flow of whatever the relationship is. It's like either we grow, because I've grown as a person, and it's like if the person who I've been with for years isn't trying to grow with me and they're stagnant and they're okay, or they're growing on a level that I don't know about because it's not involving me and they're not telling me, it's like, what do you do? It's not even a question. You leave them alone, right? It used to be very hard for me to um, say I couldn't talk to the person that I've been with. But I've grown and worked on myself so much in the year 2021. I'm 41 now. Let's say that I used to be 40, obviously. And when I turned 40, it just, so many things changed for me. Like, I no longer wanted to fight and argue or just like repeatedly say things to try to get my point or to be understood across. It's like, I feel like if somebody cares about you on enough levels, because it's, you gotta love it, so you gotta love the person, and then you gotta want to be in it to do whatever you need to do to understand each other, to make each other feel respected. It's like a whole bunch of things. Essence, is that you? um and if you're not willing to give all of yourself in different areas to the point where you're meshing and making sure everybody's good, making sure that each other is okay, then it's not going to work. One person can't be willing to give more than the other. And when you've been that person to probably try to, when you've been that person that's been giving so much of yourself or so much towards making sure things stay together, and you try to back away from it, the other person doesn't get that, or they don't care to, because they're so used to you just always going back and forth, like, okay, she'll be back or he'll be back because this is what they do, this is what we do. But people have to understand, people actually grow, and they grow away from certain behaviors, certain lifestyles. And if you really love them, you will grow and understand and make the necessary changes and adjustments together so that you guys can stay together. And if you don't, then to me, that's like a sign of disrespect. It's like, or something mental going on. And it's like, that's when, no matter how much you love the person, you have to be able to step away. And I don't mean like for weeks or months. I mean, you have to tell them how you feel without pointing fingers, because really, I used to point fingers and be like, oh, you're not here or you're not there. I need you to be like this and be like that. But I don't care to do that anymore, because really about me at this point. That's what I feel like. Because if you're not trying to understand me, then I have to look out for myself. And then that means I can't, it's not a us, it's not a we thing anymore, because you're over here feeling and doing whatever you want and you're okay with that, because you're not considering how I feel, especially if I've repeated myself over and over and over and try to make things work for the long run. Because a smart person would know if you don't do that, shit will crumble. So, yeah, I'm at that stage now where it's like, I don't point fingers. I just have to tell the person, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I know is healthy for me. And if I'm not in a situation where I'm feeling happy, I can't give it any of my time. And that has nothing to do with me telling you what you need to do or what you should be, because that's when it gets conflicted, and you don't even want to waste your time telling somebody what they need to do, because if they wanted to, they would be working with you. That's evident. You wouldn't be at the point where you have to say, even be talking like that. But that's why I'm saying it's easy for me to just be like, this is what I can't do, and I'm gonna have to just take myself away permanently. It's best that we go our separate ways, because we're just not on the same page. Not, oh, I'm gonna stop talking to you because you can't do this or be like that, because I don't even want to dictate how somebody should live their life. If you want to be the way you want to be and live the way you want to live, that's your business. That has nothing to do with me, unless you want to work with me and be in a relationship where it's a we thing. A lot of times people are in relationships and it's just, they're always just worried about themselves. My phone is dying. They're always just worried about themselves, and it's like they want you to always be there for them, and then it becomes draining. And I said, this has been like almost 8 years, so I'm drained. I don't even have a ring. Like, where's my ring? Like, it's like, but you're so obsessed, and you always want to be around me and all of these things, and it's just like, I can't deal with that. I need my relationship to be 100 or not at all, period. And I need it so that nobody is in between it. Like, I'm 41. Like, at 41 years old, you should be working towards, if you don't have a home, owning a home together, especially if you have children. I have 2 children. My kids are in college, but they're going to be self-sufficient on their own in a few years. Um, they're just going to be that way, and they're not going to need to even live with me. Um, so it's like, I'm getting older. I don't know how much time I have here on earth, and I want to be happy. Like, I want a very simple life. Like, I want to own my own home. I want to have a flower and a vegetable or fruit garden. And I want to have a husband, because I'm very content with being with one person. Yeah, and I just want to grow old, living my life, loving the same man, enjoying my home, doing things with each other that makes us happy. That's all I want. Making sure I watch my kids become successful adults and be there for them if I need to be, and just uh, be a support system to my mom. My mom is still here, and my family, whoever, you know, that's, I really want a simple life. I don't need to have like a rich husband who gives me all these expensive things. I just want it very simple. And it's like, I'm getting older. You don't know how much time you have here on earth. You can't be wasting time not being sure and just settling and being happy, especially when it's basic. Like, I'm not asking for anything extraordinary out of my life. I want to be successful with whatever I do. I'm a cosmetologist, so it's like I just want to be able to live a simple life, helping others and just being happy. But it's like it's difficult because it's like guys, I'm not gonna say all men, but the guys that I've been in a relationship with, they're just not on my level. It's like they want me, but they're not willing to show me or give them themselves the way that would suit me. And it's not like it's just a one-way street, because I'm a very loving girlfriend. I would be even more loving of a wife. It's like I feel like other things in the environment takes a hold of certain people, and it's like they get so used to living this certain lifestyle, but they still want, if they come in contact with a good person, they want to have that good person, but it's like they're not willing, or they don't understand, they can't grasp the fact that in order to keep this good thing right here, you have to be able to keep this good thing right here. You can't be doing all this over here and still just have this right here. That's just not gonna work for me. You find a way to mesh the two to balance, so that this person that you have over here feels safe and protected, and you're still living your life, because everybody still should be able to be an individual and do what makes them happy outside of a spouse or something like that. But it's a balance, and it can't cause conflict. And if things, outside factors, cause conflict, or you're conflicted because you feel like you can't sacrifice or you can't make changes, then it's just not going to work. And I find that a lot of men, I'm speaking from my perspective as a woman, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in reverse, from a man feeling like this about a woman, but I'm just speaking from me. It's like I've had a good amount of relationships. I've had long relationships. I'm 41, so just think I've been in relationships since I was about 15 years old. And I've really never been single. Last year was my first year I've kind of been single, and even then I still had the person who I've been with for 8 years still like coming around, because they don't want to let me go, but it's like they also don't want to grow. And it's like I can't continue to live like that. I'm getting older and I need to value every minute of my life here. So it's like, what do? You tell the person how you feel and you move on. And you can't let them suck you in, because people who aren't ready to grow or mentally on your level will do that, because again, they're comfortable with doing that. They're comfortable with just going with the flow, sucking up whatever they can, and basically not changing, because that's not what they're used to. That's not what they want. They're not ready for that growth, or whatever it is. I don't know, but I just can't fuck with it. And it's like, it's quite sad, because when you invest so much time into somebody, you want it to be a certain way after a certain many years. And if it's not there, it becomes great. I'm not spiteful, but I'm just more so like, I'm hurt, but I understand. I'm not angry anymore. I get that it's beyond my control at this point. The only thing I can do is stay how I feel and move on. Thanks for listening.